Hey y'all, it's D Michelle here and I'm back with another video. So as you can see, this video is going to be about teen mom, young and pregnant, and I want to kind of touch on this baby mama, baby daddy dynamic, and I want to put my little 2 cents in on it. Even though I'm not a baby mama and I don't have a child, I think that there's a conversation that really needs to be had. So you guys go ahead and go watch this opening video. I'll be right back.
You gonna tell Stephen about us going about Iowa?
Probably not, unless like this goes extremely well for some reason, then maybe. Thank you.
Hello.
Crappy day. I would imagine maybe some sunlight or something. Yeah.
So basically, I just want to sit down with y'all, or all of us, so that there's no tension in the water. That's it. There's a lot of disrespect being thrown around, but this is for us to go ahead and clear the table, you know?
I mean, I don't know how things are supposed to get better unless we meet up and talk to each other.
I don't know. I feel like both of you guys have said that like cross the line.
But things that you've said, you have crossed the line as well.
I don't feel like I crossed the line like how you two have crossed the line. Let's talk about it. So honestly, my issue with you is when, this is like 2 years ago, and I picked him up for an ultrasound. I walked in and you were there, and I didn't know who you were because that was my boyfriend at the time. And we got into it, we were arguing. You said you were gonna beat my ass and make me have a miscarriage. Like, I don't play that.
Was that the day that you walked in and you're like,
Yeah.
when I drop, I'm beating your ass, all this other I said, okay, 3 months from now,
that's
what you
not
want.
what you said. You said we could do it right now, and I'll make you a miscarriage. That's what you said.
Really?
Yes.
That came out my mouth?
Like, I promise you,
No.
it came out your mouth. Stephen,
No, it didn't.
Stephen, come on. What was the point of doing this if we was not gonna be honest? Like, this was.
We
a
are
waste of
being
my time.
honest.
No, because then this
It's
was
just
a waste
like
of my time. This
that
was a
I've
waste
just
of my
never
time
in my life.
Okay. Okay. At the end of the
That's
day,
crazy.
I know you said it. You know you said it. Stephen, you know she said it.
You did say some really reckless things that day. Both of y'all did. And like I said, this is not so we can go and relive that. It's just so we can move past that.
I don't play when it comes to Zay. Period. I do not play that. Do not.
I need you to know. I need both of y'all to know that there is no putting Isaiah in harm's way. There's none of that.
I don't trust her around Isaiah. I don't want her around.
That's
Isaiah.
cool, but
So that's how you gonna act?
Yeah.
So, in the future, you think you're gonna have full custody of this kid and just
I
make
do have full custody.
Okay, so if he goes to court and gets his joint custody.
Hey, you can take me to court. Take me to court then. Your girl wants you to take me to court. Take me to court.
listen,
Because, the agreement, me and
y'all
Stephen came, sat
literally-
down, made an agreement that we were going to do supervised visitation.
We said-
but
That's the
you're
agreement
saying
we
that
made.
someone
And he
that
didn't,
he's
he couldn't even
with
show
should not be
up.
around. That's an issue. That's
No,
a
it's
problem.
not an issue because he need to have a relationship with his son before
Yes,
he
he
worry
does.
about you having one with
But
Isaiah.
you won't let him.
Oh my God.
He
No,
tries.
He don't. He
Yeah,
don't.
he
No, he
does.
don't.
This is literally, it's going in a big ass circle, literally. And I ain't gonna lie, I was that reason for a long ass time. But I'm willing to be a man and actually step to y'all and actually fix this and have it just leave it where it's at. I'm trying to get done in motion. So it's not gonna be too late. I don't wanna be like my dad where Isaiah's 18 and we barely even talk. I haven't talked to my dad in years. You see what I'm getting at? You know that I have the potential to be a great dad. I'm going to be a great dad.
First, let me say I'm not an OG watcher of Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant, so I don't know the relationship that Kayla and Stephen has had prior to this moment. From looking through the comments and looking through YouTube comments, Twitter comments, and all of that, I can see that Stephen has not been a great father to Isaiah, and Kayla hasn't had any help with him. So I understand a little bit more of the dynamic, because just watching that video right off the gate, I did feel a little sad and a little bad for Stephen. But after looking at the history, I kind of understand some of the situation. So let's talk about my commentary on the situation. So first and foremost, like, I feel like as a father or as a mother or even as a grandmother, if you really want to see your child and have a relationship, with my experience, it's not always the best, situation to try to work it out with the mother. Because if the mother is tired, or if the mother just doesn't want you around the child, or whatever the case may be, they will not work with you. They will not give you a chance to really like redeem yourself, or whatever the case may be. So your best bet is really just to go to court. I know that that's kind of scary for a lot of people to think about, but if you really want to be in your child's life, like, that's your best bet. So I don't even feel like they should have had this sit down, because immediately it went to something that was really irrelevant and not about Isaiah directly and the business with Isaiah.
Like, how, like, Kayla, you and Kayla being, like, Isaiah and everything. Damn, that's rocky.
Not even a question, man.
What do you say, you 4 now?
He's about to be 4 in like 2 days.
You gonna reach out to Kayla for Isaiah's birthday?
I don't know.
Man, you gotta try, man. You got.
I am. I'll have somebody deliver a card to him, something. But it's just not in the best interest right now for me and Kayla to actually be around each other. Like I will say it to the day I die. Kayla's a good mom, but Isaiah still needs his dad. And to be really, really honest, I need Isaiah.
So Stephen said that he hasn't talked to Kayla in over a year about Isaiah, and he said that, he really wants to see his son. But my question is, like, how serious are you about seeing your child? Because you're talking about he needs his father. Okay, what are you going to do about it? I don't like how guys try to act like they're so helpless to the system. And in the way, it does suck how the system is, that, oh, I have to go to court and fight for my child just to see my child, and I'm paying child support, or whatever the case may be. Every situation is different. But I feel like if you really want to see your child, insanity is doing the same thing a bunch of times and expecting a different result. Like, if you really are serious about seeing your child, go to court and get visitation. Go to court and get visitation. That's the only way that you can ensure legally that you're able to see your child. So all of this talking is stupid. Are you really going to do something about it, or are you just doing this for the cameras? Like, that's my question.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Surprise, ain't it?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, he didn't call. I didn't get a message.
It's just a starting point, basically. You just feel like he completely getting removed out his life.
I mean, he removed himself, so I ain't really got nothing to say.
It's like he's seeing Luke having them father moments with your son, like, and he felt like, okay, I want to have them father moments, but the mother won't let him have them.
I have not heard from Stephen in over a year. This is the first time. So I didn't keep Isaiah away. Stephen made that decision on his own.
All right, well, we talk to you, Luke, folks.
Huh?
Like, what's wrong with Stephen seeing Isaiah?
What you mean? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with him seeing
What
Isaiah?
you mean? He ain't been doing. He hasn't been talking to her for over 2 years, bro. And then all of a sudden it's supposed to be okay. He want her to jump up 10
Nah,
feet
bro,
high.
I'm
and
saying,
start
bro, it
talking.
ain't that. I'm saying, like, at least let him try to work one way.
All that,
Seeing
bro. That can wait. You let him know. All that is put to the side. We ain't worried about none of that right now.
I'm saying that's his son at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, I feel all that. That's my son too. So if he got a problem with me saying that and doing all that, then he can talk to me then. You let him know. We celebrating his birthday right now.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Out of here.
In and out. At this point, Isaiah doesn't know Stephen, so he doesn't even know that Stephen's missing. As far as he knows, like, Luke is his dad. Luke's the one that's around every day, does everything for him.
So a lot of you don't know this because I've never said this before on my channel, but my boyfriend is in a similar situation as Stephen, but it's a bit different because my boyfriend has been paying child support for his child, which is a good penny, and he's been reaching out to the mother of his child since we've been together, consistently trying to see his child. So I have a little bit of a connection to the situation, but this is the same thing that his baby mom said to him, was that your daughter doesn't even know you. She won't even know whether you're there or not. Like, it won't make her any difference. And I have a little bit of a comment to make on that. So like a lot of people, I grew up in a household where I did not have my father. My biological father was never in my life, and I'll probably make a video talking about that situation. But I did have a stepfather, and I had a stepfather in my life since I was 8 years old, and I had to call him dad, and he was like basically my father. But that didn't fill the void that was left by not having my father in my life. I could have had all the freaking stepdaddies in the world, but knowing that my father wasn't in my life, that is what really like affected me, because I always wondered, like, dang, why is my dad not in my life? Like, everyone else's father is in their life, and I feel like if I had my dad in my life would have been a bit different, to know that my daddy loved me and that he was there for me and that I could call him if I needed him and things like that. I've never really had that before. So a lot of moms think like, oh, I'm just gonna get a stepdaddy and my child won't even know. No, your child's still gonna grow up feeling that void, feeling like something's missing because their father was never in their life. And I don't know about everyone else, but from my experience, like, I still turned out pretty fine without him, but I feel like my life would have been so much better if I had my biological dad present, wanting to be there, wanting to be in my life and impact my life. So I don't understand why a lot of mothers think that they can just replace the biological dad. Now, if the biological dad does not want to be in the child's life, that's one thing, because my father did not want to be in my life. My mom did not keep him away from me. She's never kept any of her children's father away from their kids. Like, every time that the father wanted to be present, she encouraged that, and she wanted that, and she fostered that type of relationship. So I never seen a situation where a guy is like, can I see my child? Can I see my child? Can I see my child? And they're not able to see their child until I got with my current boyfriend. And it definitely is a sad situation, and that's why I say go to court.
How's life treating you, mijo?
To be honest with you, it's been really good lately.
What's going on?
Not much. Isaiah's birthday was not too long ago.
I know. I was gonna call, but she doesn't answer her phone, and I just don't understand. Check it. I still haven't got a phone call about them clothes that I sent to her.
Yeah, I know.
And I left her a message. She doesn't pick up.
I don't got nothing to do with that no more, Mom. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't even tell you no more.
I don't care how she feel about me. I really don't. I know you used to get mad because I used to defend Kayla, but she had told me one time, she said, Annette, I never want to be like my mother, because my mother kept us away from our dad and stuff. And she doing exactly what her mother did to them.
It's not like I woke up and was like, you know what? Like, I don't care. And I'm tired of them sitting over there on their high horse as if, like, I do not care about my son. Don't even,
So
like...
Let me ask you something, baby. What you gonna do about
it? I don't know.
I ain't gonna badmouth Kayla, but, I feel cheated because I haven't done anything to her. I just think what she did was wrong. the baby 4 years old, and we didn't even get to see him grow up.
Yeah.
Not fair, it hurts. I'll be there next Friday. I'm going to give her a call, and I'm going to try to talk to her. I don't want Luke there, and I don't want you there. I want to just talk to her.
Yeah, let her know that I had nothing to do with this.
Work, and I haven't really seen you, but Annette called, and she wants me to meet with her Friday.
She sent me some random clothes for Zay a few months ago, but I never reached out to her because I felt weird.
Originally, I told her that I would go. I mean, I was kind of caught off guard. I was like, yeah, just let me know when and where. But now I don't really know if that's what I want to do. I'm kind of having second thoughts on it.
What's making you now rethink it?
I feel like it's kind of a waste of my time. You know, we're moving on with our lives. So I just want to keep Stephen and her just in the past. But it's like if she comes in just like, oh, I'm sorry, I should have done this better, done that. It's like I still don't have any sympathy for her.
Yeah.
Like, my thing is, if you're a terrible mother, you're probably going to be a terrible grandmother, and I don't want her to, mess Isaiah up how I feel like she's messed Stephen up. You know what I mean? What's the point of me meeting with her?
I mean, I just feel like you should just go talk to her and just get it over with. You never had that closure with her. I mean, Stephen knows how you feel towards him, but why not just one last time meet with her and talk and just get it over with?
I just think I need to think on it some more, because I was just caught off guard. I hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, this might be a terrible idea.
First, let me say, I think Kayla is an extremely sweet, person. Like, watching her just these past 2 episodes, she gives off sweet person vibes. But I have a couple of things wrong. I see a couple of things wrong with a few things that she said in this last clip. The first thing is she didn't say thank you to the grandmother when the grandmother sent her child, clothes and stuff. I feel like the polite thing to do was to at least say thanks, if anything. I know she said some things in the past, but when kids are involved, it's going to be a high stressful situation because a kid is involved. Everyone is going to be very emotional, so you shouldn't really hold on to the past too much, and at least say thank you for someone doing a kindness like that, because at the end of the day, that's not her child, that's her grandchild, and she's not really obligated to do much of anything. I know my grandfather is very, very helpful, but everything that he does for me is a blessing, and it's not something that I'm entitled to or that I expect. Second thing is that she said that she just wants to leave Stephen and his mom in the past. Now, we've all heard this. Be careful who you have kids with, because you're going to be tied to them for 18 years. 18 plus years, if not for the rest of that child's life. You can't just decide, I am going to leave you in the past because you're upset or whatever the case may be. That child is going to be tied to those people, to that other part of the family, for the rest of his life. That's your child's family at the end of the day. So it's you can't just say, I wanted to leave them in the past. We all know that that's not really how things work when you have a child with someone. And my last thing that I'm going to say is that if the grandmother really wants to see the child again, and she really cares about having a relationship with the child, she also has rights. I just want to stress in this video that you have rights, people. We all have rights, okay? I can have a child. As soon as I have a child, I am entitled to time with my child. I am entitled to that with my child. And can't nobody keep that from me, because that's my child. Grandparents, which while I was doing research on the subject, grandparents also have rights to visitation with the child. So again, if this grandmother really wants to have a relationship with the child, why is she sitting down having a meeting with Kayla at this point in the game? And I really do commend Kayla for actually sitting down and having this meeting, because like she stated, she really doesn't want to, but I'm really glad that she did, and we're going to see next episode how it actually turns out. But for the grandmother, why don't you go to court and try to at least get rights? I mean, if your son is too lazy to go to court, why don't you do it, since you really care about being in your grandchild's life? If it's really that big of a deal to you, Why don't you do it? Because I'm telling you right now, if I have a son and the mother of my grandchild thinks she's going to keep my grandchild from me, baby, no, I will see your ass in court, because I don't play those games. I will see you in court, baby. And that goes for anybody. Anybody try to keep my child from me, we gonna have to do this thing out in court. And if the court decides that I'm not fit to have visitation with this child, then okay, cool, I will let it go. I tried my motherfucking best. But best believe I'm gonna try my best. And I feel like for Stephen, if you really cared, it wouldn't have took you 3 years, because I think the child is not turning 4. I think Isaiah is turning 3, which he didn't even know his child's age, but that's another thing. But if you really care, take your ass to court. Quit trying to do all of this subliminal stuff, sending this person, sending that person. Ooh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science at all. Go to court. Duke it out in court. And if the court decides that you don't deserve visitation, or you supervised, they're going to give you something. Let's just say that. They're going to give you something, whether it's supervised visitation, whether it's unsupervised, whether it's, you know, a couple days out the year or a month or whatever. You're gonna get visitation, because they're gonna give visitation to anyone who wants to see their child, as long as the child is not in harm's way. Now that's it for this video. That's all I have to say. I do have another video I want to do on this situation, but I want to focus more on Madison and Stephen's situation, because while I was doing research, I found out something very interesting that I want to talk about. But honestly, like, I don't think anybody in this situation is a bad person, but I think that when a child is involved, emotions are very high, and things are said, things are done, and people don't sometimes make the best decision. And as far as Stephen goes, like, if you really care and it's not just for the cameras, because I think Kayla is saying that it's really just for the cameras, and I've seen a lot of people say that in the comments, and like I said, I'm not familiar with the show, so it could be just for the comments. Like, I'm not putting nothing past nobody, not comments, but for the TV show, so I don't put nothing past nobody. But if you're really serious, then your ass will be in court, period. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please leave your comments below. Like I said, this is a conversation that I want to get started, so leave your comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.